opening up about how I knew it was time to quit corporate, okay? So there's a couple telltale signs of when I think people should quit their job. And one of them is if you're ready to be happier. I think that's the biggest one. I've quit two different industries. Like I was a social worker and I quit my job without anything lined up. And then I ended up landing this really cool job in marketing and I did that for a couple years. And then I quit corporate forever at age 27 and now I freelance. I'm a full-time freelancer. And so both those times where I quit like two completely different types of jobs, I was both like at a stage where I was like, I'm ready to be happier. I'm ready for the next thing that I want to create or the next trail I want to blaze. Like that's another one. If you're a trailblazer and you have it in you, you have like this idea where you could make a bigger impact if you weren't in your corporate job, right? So if you're somebody where it's like you are sitting there and all you can think about at work is a dream or a vision you have, you should 100% quit your job. I'm always team quit your job. So take it with a grain of salt because I know sometimes people need to have like things in place, but I quit my job without anything lined up that first time and the net appeared. Like leap and the net will appear. That's truly what I believe. Wrote down a couple other things. If your job ever makes you cry, I think that's a sign that you need to leave that specific job and maybe corporate forever. If you want to be a freelancer, you just creator full time. If you're ready to do this on the side and you're ready to make the leap, like you shouldn't be crying because of your job. Like if your job is so stressful, you're so anxious for like these meetings with people in your team, your managers, your CEO, whatever. Yeah, it's time. I don't think you should be crying from your job. Ever since I became a full-time freelancer working for myself, I don't make myself cry. I'm my own boss. Yes, you have to like learn more discipline and whip yourself into shape, but I can't even remember the last time I cried besides like happy tears of something that I accomplished. That sounds like so cocky, but when you're in corporate, like you work yourself up with these little things. And it's like, oh my God, we're like doing emails like this. We're not saving lives. You know what I mean? And you're crying over it. It's like, it is a bad sign. So if you're crying at your job, I think you should go. Ooh, if you feel like you don't fit in, that was another big one for me both times is like, that's when you know that God is pushing you to do something else. Like he's opening up another door for you. And maybe it doesn't make any sense of why you don't fit in. You thought that was going to be your dream job. You thought you were going to be there for a long time or whatever. But like God nudges you and he wants you to be in a different room. Like I truly believe that. So if you're a person of faith as well and you're feeling that way at your job, you're like, why do I not fit in here? Like I thought I would. I thought all these people were just like me or had the same kind of like vibe or whatever. I thought I would enjoy this more and you're not. That's okay. Like there's a different place for you. And so trust in that in your gut. And the last one is if you truly believe that you will be good at anything you do. If you have that kind of belief in yourself that everything's figure outable and you are so capable and you're brilliant, if you believe that in your heart, you're ready. You can fly. You never have to work in corporate ever again. So those are some of the signs I saw, some of the things I was thinking and feeling that led me to follow my heart. And that's what it comes down to. Is like you can ditch corporate when you're ready to follow your heart and not care what other people think. Like people will probably push back, family members or friends might not understand it at all, but you have to be secure in your decision that this is right because this is what you feel, this is what you know in your heart. And I don't know, following your heart will never really make sense to anybody until it does, until everyone's like, how did you do it? How everyone's like clapping for you and praising you. That's going to come way later than you want it to. You're going to want people to support you right away and they won't. But when you don't need the support and you've already achieved something and you're already successful as like a freelancer, that's when people will support you. It's interesting. You know, that's just the truth. But you're going to have to clap for yourself first.